Buckethead. You know how we do. Got to get done for the definition of the greatest movie ever made. Got to put this down. Got to ask the audience. Excuse me. Is Gladiator the greatest movie ever made? Yes or no? We will answer the question at the end, of course. And yes, thank you for coming to the live stream. Of course, so you know I'm demonetized here on YouTube. Happened for 4 years. Please donate to my Cash App, Bernice with a Z, if you want to go ahead and help the channel keep growing. Hey, Christopher Hillary, maybe. How you doing, man? Hey, Christopher. How are you, sir? Maybe, right? He says no. It's Gladiator the greatest movie ever made. No. Do you have one, Christopher? Do you have one, sir? Besides Gladiator? If you have one better than Gladiator, I'd like to know. What would your pick be for the greatest movie? Do you have one? Or are you on the fence with everything, sir? Or do you have one? Is it The Godfathers, the Titanic? What is it? Avatar? Thank you, Christopher, though, for coming in, sir, and voting. Christopher Hillary, everybody, coming in. I haven't seen him in a hot minute, so thanks for dropping in, Christopher. Just cooking some dinner and going over Gladiator, live streaming, YouTubing it. Gladiator 2000, of course. You got Russell Crowe, you got Joaquin. We're gonna go to the wiki real quick. Check this out, right? And of course you got Ridley Scott. So this movie, the reason I want to go to it is the release, on when it was released on home media. Gladiator was first released on DVD and VHS on November 21st of 2000 and generated 60 million in sales within the first week. Did you hear that? Oh yeah, Christopher, great. Yes, it's a trilogy though, right? Wouldn't be one movie, right? So if it had to be one movie, would it be The Two Towers? Would it be Return of the King? What's your one? The trilogy, you can't do 3 on 1, right? That's no good. Gladiator 2 don't count. I'm talking Gladiator, Ridley Scott, Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix. But yes, you are correct. I believe the trilogy is right there, number 3, you know, of the greatest movies ever made. Yes, sir. Yes, Christopher. I love Lord of the Rings. I got a chess set, Lord of the Rings, dude. You want to see it? I'll break it out. Yeah, bro, I got that. I love it, bro. Lord of the Rings. Yes, sir. Two Towers is my favorite. Check my channel, man. I just did a stream the other day on what movie rules them all. The one movie to rule them all, dude. Check out my live stream on that. You might love it. So yes, great Lord of the Rings fans. I'm with you on that, Christopher. Yes, sir. But as far as greatest movie, what did I say here? The definition of the greatest movie ever made is this movie, Gladiator, hands down. There is no usurping this. But yes, Lord of the Rings trilogy for sure, if it's a trilogy, but we're just talking Gladiator on its own. But thank you, Christopher. Great suggestion. November 21st, it got 60 million in sales within the first week in home release. In February 2006, Viacom, known as Paramount Skydance, acquired the domestic rights to Gladiator. Of course, they came out with Gladiator 2. It's a whole nother story, whole nother video, whole nother hour. In September 2009, blah, blah, blah. So Gladiator, yeah, I saw it on VHS. That's when I saw it. It was recorded on a VHF from a VHS. Hard choice between them. Can't pick one. I know, right, Christopher? I can, Christopher. The Two Towers. That's why you come to the Real Rent Reviewer, okay? He'll do it for you. That's what you pay me to do, right? I should get paid to do it. But I'm not. I'm demonetized. So donate to the Cash App, man. But thank you, Christopher. Yes, it's hard to pick one, but I'm going to Two Towers on the Lord of the Rings. Check my channel. Plenty on Lord of the Rings. And the future Hunt for Gollum. My take on that prediction video is there. Thank you, though, Christopher. You're awesome. So, yeah. So, yes. So, what Gladiator here, guys, like I said, sort of VHS. Man, changed my life, right? Changed your life. So,
You've always been asking for somebody to eat this.
That's right. And good, thanks for eating it. So, Gladiator, the reason I'm going to go into it more, but the reason I want to talk about it a little more is because IMDb has this rated at 8.5 out of 10. I do want to see the negative reviews on this, if there is any. How could you possibly negative Russell Crowe, Joaquin? I want to point out Joaquin more so than Russell. All right, in this movie, I've never seen a villain as bad and as badass as Joaquin Phoenix. He is unbelievably just evil to the core. And you know, the performance is you know, to change like he does on a dime, guys. Christopher Hillary says 488 says, "Oh yeah, didn't they make a Gladiator sequel? I forgot. Is any good? No, it's not. It's not good. I like Mescal. What is it? Peter Mescal, what have you? The main actor. I like him, but Denzel's in it. It's unbelievably crap. It really broke my heart to see and had to sit through that, man. You know, and had to even rent it for like $5.99. You know what I'm saying? It hurt me. It broke me. Literally, I'd rather be in the Gladiator pit, you know, fighting Russell Crowe, than doing this shit, watching Gladiator 2, guys. Thanks for the like, appreciate it. Thanks for voting as well. Christopher, thanks for coming in, having a great conversation thus far. And Christopher Hillary 488 says, yeah, and Joaquin did a great, yes, it's Commodus, yes. You know, Christopher, I want to point out, this movie is so well done, you would think this story is real. You know, that's the thing. You would think it was history, just like, you know, like right to, it's just so good, guys. You would think this was real. That Maximus Decimus Meridius was a real general for the Roman army, and this story actually played out and happened. That's what I'm saying, man, you know? And it affects you so much, so more so than Rocky, everyone, than Titanic. What else? Other movies is there at the end that really affect you? You know, that they're known to do. Yeah, you know, Gladiators is one of those in the field, in the music, and they just ended on the right note, you know? Wow, and Commodus is just unbelievable. And you got Marcus Aurelius here. You have the great Richard Harris. Yes, the great Richard Harris. And you have Connie Nielsen, you know? So you have these, it's just, I'm sorry, smiling because I just can't believe, I have to do a video on this movie alone, Christopher. Just this movie alone. Like I said, saw it on VHS, was impressed with the opening of the film, never really seen it. This is the year 2000, everyone. Never seen a Braveheart doesn't open like that, you know? This movie opens like that. It's a sick battle that opens up to introduce you to Maximus. And everybody knows, you should know, the speech, you know? It echoes in eternity. You know, what we do in life echoes in eternity, you know? And it's like, sorry, it's awesome. It's just awesome. Sorry, I don't know why it's hiding that, Christopher. Christopher says Maximus, Christopher Hillary says Maximus, when he saw his family slain, broke me. Yes. You know, the snot coming out, everybody. Some people don't like that. I know it's disgusting to some people, but that is legitimate. That is Russell Crowe doing legitimate snot and putting it all out there. Yes, I agree. Christopher, great point out on that moment with seeing the kids' feet hanging. Not to show it all, right, Christopher? What Ridley Scott does there is tremendous. You know, he sees it, Maximus sees it all, but we don't. We can just imagine. We can see the pain. We see it all in Maximus' face, right? So that's what I'm saying about storytelling, man, and movie, and the definition of the greatest movie. To see, you know, to break it down like that one scene, we can go on and on. But thank you, Christopher. Very good point. Nicholas Skeels. Hey, Nicholas, the Wizard of Oz, Predator, Blues Brothers. Yeah, the Wizard of Oz, Predator. Okay, let's talk those. Hey, Nicholas, thanks for stopping. I hope you're well, man. Appreciate you coming in and voting, or if you did, or, you know, just coming in. Appreciate it. Yeah, Christopher Hillary says, yeah, true. Braveheart reminded me of Gladiator. Yeah, but there's nowhere near Gladiator status. This thing overtakes Braveheart and does it the way I've never seen it done. And you'll never see it done again. And that's it. That's what I'm saying. And in the last 26 years, I've never seen a movie affect me more or be better than Gladiator. So that's bottom line. But hey, Nicholas says The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, if you want to go like historical like that, you know, the first color, whatever it did, first of its kind, you know, first epic, yeah, sure. But the definition of the greatest movie ever made would probably be this fucking movie. You know, it's shitting on Wizard of Oz. I watch this more than The Wizard of Oz. I care about this movie more than The Wizard of Oz. Sorry, Judy Garland's great and everything, rip to her, but this movie is it. And then, what did you say, Predator? Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger, no doubt about it. Joe McIntyre, right? You know, Van Damme in the suit. No, you get the real side, you know, that big dude dancer in this suit. I forgot his name, it'll come to me, but rip to him too as well. And Jesse Ventura. You have a great cast there. But the thing is, it's a great cast at the time. It's good shit, but it's still. Listen, no matter how much you want to not admit it about Predator, it is dated. All right, and it does not age well to this day. Okay. Now, whatever you want to say, you say it's a real. I love Predator. I watched it a million times over, other Predators. You don't want to really know my opinion, do you, about Predator? That's a whole other video. But yeah, there is stuff on Predator, guys, on my channel. Check it out. Been demonetized. But thanks for voting no. Was glad to this movie, right? So 2 voters say no, real reviewer. It's not. I'd like to know which one is, if you have one. So if you're brave enough to answer the vote, why don't you put your, if it's not Gladiator, which one is it? Is it There Will Be Blood? But Predator is definitely nowhere near one of the greatest movies ever made. Blues Brothers, hell no. Belushi, Aykroyd, they did 2 of those. No, not even nowhere near the greatest comedy duo ever. Nick Nolte, Murphy, 48 Hours, and the next 48 hours, just shitting on both of the Blues Brothers guys. Sorry to say. So they are down the not even a top echelon of comedy duos. But good suggestions, Nicholas. Christopher Hillary says, yeah, true. Okay, yeah. So Nicholas says, what's the definition of greatness? Well, I guess it depends upon who's looking out, right? What is it? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? So tell me what your greatest movie is, sir, and maybe I can say it's greatness as well. Can you not say Gladiator is not greatness? So you can say it's greatness, can you not? So you could say, well, yeah, it is the definition of greatness, real viewer. It is a great movie. It is the definition of a great movie. You are correct on your title. No clickbait. Yes. Christopher Hillary says, Russell Crowe is an amazing actor. Cinderella also. Well, right. Look at that. Hey, Christopher Hillary in the house tonight. And Nicholas, thank you guys. Wow, Christopher. Yes, Cinderella Man is an underrated film. It's reviewed on my channel. You know it. Real Viewer came on TNT, TBS back in the day. They shove it on TV. I love it. I grown to love it. I burned it onto DVD. I had a dark copy back in the day. Love Cinderella Man. Really, I cry every time. Great story, man. I like when he tells the kid he wouldn't take him, right? Like he'll never send him away, right? And then he goes and gets him. He's like, man, I told Renee Zellweger, right? His wife, I told him I never send him away. Right? I love it. What a movie. What a movie to hang on to, right? What a story. He ends up building the Verrazano Bridge. So it's really a hell of a story. That story in itself, right? Keep going on, Christopher, right? Would have been a hell of a story. Russell Crowe building the Verrazano Bridge. But yeah, sweet. Very cool mention, Cinderella Man. Yes, he's an amazing actor. This movie, Gladiator, he won, right? I think he won Best Actor. Did he not? This won Best Picture. It had to. It had won everything. I mean, I'm just saying that now. 8.5 out of 10 on IMDb, a travesty. 80% at Rotten Tomatoes. What do they want? What do they want? Did they want Lord of the Rings, man? Lord of the Rings. What's the budget on Gladiator compared to Lord of the Rings? Christopher, we don't have to do that, do we? That's ridiculous. The budget is probably significantly low with Gladiator, Less to work with, yes? Come on, man. That's not even a fair comparison, honestly, I bet you Gladiator 2's budget was bigger than Gladiator's. Come on. Peter Mescal, Denzel. Christopher Hillary, 488 says, Hans Zimmer did a great job. Yes, with the Gladiator soundtrack, and the ending soundtrack was amazing. Yes, shout out to Christopher Hillary, everybody, firing up the chat, firing up the Real Rent Reviewer and the audience. If you're listening and watching and reading, yes, Christopher, I am with you. That soundtrack, we didn't get to the soundtrack, did we, Chris? Chris, we get to the soundtrack. We're getting to it now. Yes, dude, I love it. So, the soundtrack. Lisa Gerard, is it, that sings this, that hums this? Beautiful set, right. Dude, you could play this soundtrack, on its own. You know what I mean? So every great movie has a great soundtrack, right? So music can make movies. Movies don't make music, right? So that's what I always say. And when it comes to Gladiator, that is always true. It's so memorable, this music. Just so memorable, and everything with the battle scenes, everything, the sound effects, it's all perfect, it's all there. Now listen, you got Proximo in the CGI scene, guys. This man drunk himself to death in a bar while shooting this movie. Proximo, Oliver Reed, so rip to him. But yeah, he died basically shooting the movie on set, taking a little break, going to the bar and drinking like 50 shots of vodka. And that was it for him. So that's how to CGI him in the end, and he takes it like a sucker, with a shot repeat in the tunnel. So you got to look at that. But anyways, the soundtrack is Hans Zimmer, phenomenal. This whole soundtrack, if I could Wikipedia a little bit, Did you say Hans, right? You are on it then. You are on it. Yeah, Lisa Gerard, right. This chick is on Man on Fire soundtrack. I think Hans is on Man on Fire. So guys, another soundtrack, another underrated movie, one of the best of Denzel's catalog is Man on Fire. And I know like a series came out, I didn't see it yet, but this, the rhythm of Denzel, I think that Lisa Gerard's done on that too. It's sick. And one of these tracks is used, the same track for Gladiators used for Man on Fire. So I believe it's the same person, but yes, a phenomenal soundtrack. This, you know what it is about Gladiator? The story reminds me of Rocky, but in modern Rome and modern times, and the music is unforgettable with the scene, really his scene of dying and going back to his family and touching the cornfield. It's something that resonates with every single person probably in the theater, no matter who you are. So this movie is, and the battle scenes are, whoa. Guys, you know, one of the greatest, I'm not saying the greatest, but one of the greatest scenes of battle is going to be with the big homeboy with all the tigers coming out. There's no doubt about that, but there's another scene for me. Hold on. When he comes out and kills about 8 or 10 men, you know, single-handed, very quickly and efficiently. And he scares the shit out of everybody when he first starts out as a slave, guys. It's amazing. That's amazing. I don't really, guys, the only part about this movie that slows it down from, there's a couple points. Listen, I don't mind any of the dialogue or the scenes. Okay, what it is this chariot scene in the Colosseum. You know, it's not the best thing I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like Christopher was saying, Lord of the Rings be dominating on the two towers, Helm's Deep style. You know, even the Return of the King with all that CGI is probably, you know, you know what I mean? So Christopher Hillary says true, and there's something about the allure of ancient Rome as a settling that's so intriguing. This is Christopher Hillary, everybody. To be honest, I don't even know any other movie about gladiators, so it was a unique standout choice too, right? I agree, right? You don't, what do you know, Spartacus, right, Christopher? And it's like, who really knows Douglas, Mr. Douglas, what is it? Not Michael, but his dad. Is it Michael Douglas? I don't know. Anyways, the other Douglas, his dad in fucking Spartacus, right? That's the only gladiator, or Ben-Hur. But Ben-Hur's not really, you know, Charlton Heston. I just, right, you are so right. Well said. Christopher Hillary, man. You gotta, Christopher, you better know your stuff when Christopher comes to your channel, because he will push you out. He will test you, as we should. Yeah, you shouldn't avoid these questions. Christopher, you are on target. Yes, I believe that. It's very intriguing. Even the video games when they come out, right? These Roman video games are very intriguing, and it's just any story about any Roman soldier. I mean, look at Odyssey. It looks like Roman soldiers. It's scary, you know? Big beastly men, you know? This is not out of the realm of a possibility at all. Like I said, it's very, very, seems true. You want Maximus to be real. And by the end of this movie, you would swear he was real and you want him to be real. And you're rooting, you're crying. Hands down, you're crying. There's no way you're that ruthless, all right? In 2000, you're going to not cry at this movie, Gladiator. That too, guys, you will get emotional. I can't believe you can't. You know, I want to talk about how dirty Commodus is, everybody. Christopher, you know, stabbing a Maximus when he was already chained up and he was going to battle him. I thought that was the smartest, most deviant play ever made, you know, to Maximus is unstoppable, you know, literally unstoppable. And then he stabs him and still can't kill him, you know, and that's what he says. You just won't die, you know, he just won't fucking die. And it's amazing. Nicholas says, The Great Escape, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Okay, The Great Escape. So The Great Escape is like an older movie about heisting. You're like kind of like The Great Gatsby. Like if you're gonna go that zone, and Cassidy and the Sundance, man, they can't hold a candle to Gladiator. I mean, you're talking, what are you talking? Newman and Mr. Redford, ripped to him, you know, ripped to him. I believe Newman's last line was in Perdition, right? With Hanks. So ripped to him, Mr. Newman. I like that movie. It should have went somewhere, but I like it. I like Newman. I like Redford a lot. Spy Games, I like him. You know, we all love him. But no, man, nowhere near Gladiator. I put Gladiator on first. Christopher says, but that's good suggestions, Nicholas. Thank you. Christopher Hillary says, I'm glad I wasn't born in those times. Gladiator's life seems brutal. You're so right, dude. Medieval times, like Braveheart, right? The medieval times and Gladiator times. Yeah, Christopher. Yeah, please, right, dude? I'm with you. I don't know what Nicholas thinks, right, Nicholas? What do you think? I mean, shit, I'd rather go to the future with Sam Rockwell on the moon or something, right, and just get lost for a while, isolated. This is bullshit. Yeah, that is crazy living. You're so right. Like, oh my gosh, like if you're a Christian or something or believe in something, you're thrown in with lions. That's not fun. Like, really, imagine going out like that. I'm surprised he didn't put this in there. I don't know if he put it in the first, but either way, guys, that's brutal. Brutality. So, you know, Gladiator, guys, we're gonna go a little more of it. I do want to see the budget of Gladiator and see what exactly the budget was and how much. I know it came out with a crap load. I know the hype on this film. I don't know how amazing the hype was. You know, that's what I want to say. Like, this movie came out of nowhere, kind of. Really did, guys. It really did. You see, Ridley Scott. I don't think the last movie he released was something to do with the fucking aliens or it was a Man on Fire. What did he do? This man is crazy. Sorry, guys. I'm distracted here. I was cooking and burnt a little bit of this food. That's not good, is it? Gladiator has me burning food, everyone. But yes, I'm glad I wasn't born in those times, for sure. Christopher Hillary says Kill Bill movies also gets at least in top 10. Okay. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino is a hell. Pulp Fiction is above the greatest of Tarantino. Hands down. It's the greatest Tarantino movie I've ever seen. It's going to be the greatest I've ever seen in my whole life. It's Pulp Fiction for me, Christopher. So Kill Bill Volume 2 is for me, and it's going to be... Ryan, you want any hot sauce?
You're
9 foot. You can't
or no?
Through a standard door anymore.
It's hot, buddy. You want hot sauce?
Children think you're a
huh?
monster. The dog is barking
no?
At your ankle, which
all right, son. Take it easy, all right? It's hot, okay?
You're 11 foot.
I cooked it good.
Go indoors. Anywhere.
What do you want, son?
You sit in a field because it's the only
you want?
thing that fits you. Hour 7.
Booty?
You're 15 foot. Cars.
All right, so... Yeah, but he doesn't like them that crispy, so we'll see if he eats them.
Does he like them soggy?
Yeah, a little bit. Here you go. Go ahead. I got more. There's more. Here you go, Ryan. You like them? Oh.
That more isn't terrifying because
They all go somewhere?
It's terrifying because you never feel safe. That's when it clicks.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. So, listen, I'm getting hot. Just cooking. So, yes. Gladiator, guys, I think is the definition of the greatest movie ever made. I watched it more times than probably There Will Be Blood. So, I would say There Will Be Blood is behind Gladiator for me. Oh, and then the next one's going to be like a horror movie. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, as far as like real deal, it's going to be Gladiator first, There Will Be Blood, and then we can talk about number 3, you know? But it's going to be Pulp Fiction for me, Christopher, when it comes to anything Tarantino, from now until the end of time, even over Reservoir Dogs, his first. It's going to, right? His first was Reservoir. I think that was 92 or 90, whatever it was. And then you're going to go with Pulp Fiction, I believe, in 94, right? Can't be 96. I'm close if I'm not right target. I hate dates. I hate numbers, believe it or not. Christopher Hillary, yes. So, and Kill Bill has its moments, but there's something about Kill Bill. And Tarantino, he's a specific storyteller. He's a specific way of doing things, you know, of storytelling. So it's not for everyone. Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Adventures of Cliff Booth, Christopher, has $250 million budget coming out. It's unbelievable. It's not even going to make that much, dude. You know, Brad Pitt could barely move. All right, down to the cash app. They monetized for 4 years, over 100,000 views. Not a dime to me. Love you, son. Mm-hmm. You monetized. Love you. Mm-hmm. Right. And my son. Watch these videos when I'm dead and gone, hopefully. Our thank you for voting. Is Gladiator the greatest movie ever made? No. 3 votes are no. Not one person said yes. Just Christopher Hillary says, do you think if Marcus Aurelius didn't try to make Maximus the next emperor, would Commodus have killed him? Killed No. So you're correct on that, Christopher. So if Marcus gave Commodus a shot first, and it didn't work out, and then pass it like make Maximus like a bodyguard or a close Commodus is so fucking ruthless though. See here, that's a great question, Christopher. Great question. It's not simple answer, is it? Because Commodus' psyche is just so fucking wow, like we see what's in there. You know what I mean? So that was a great question. Do you think if Marcus did? Yeah, no. I mean, you're asking me if that triggered it, possibly, but it was already there, right? He was that murderous intention was already there. At some point, he was going to murder his father for the throne. I think this was just the catalyst, the reason to do it. Great question. But yeah, I think he would do it anyways. Yes, I think he would do it anyways because Commodus is so, look at him, He had that look to start. And I wanted to like him in the beginning, right? With his sister and everything. You want to like him with Maximus. They're practically brothers, right? Grew up together. So you kind of want to like it and believe that Commodus is going to, be loyal too. But great question on the psyche of Commodus. No, he still would have done something to his dad eventually. Yes. Great question. Holy shit, Christopher, man. I don't know where that came from. That's great. That's my take from this movie and from Commodus as a whole. Yeah, I really wanted to like him and believe him as well, like his dad does, or Russell Crowe does, right? Maximus wants to believe that this was a natural death, kind of, but he's suspicious right off the bat, He's not stupid. So we find that out real quick. I want to bring out the dialogue isn't the most complex, all right? So like I said, the chariot scene is a scene that bogs down the movie for me. And I love this one, calling it the definition of the greatest movie ever made. All right, but it bogs down the movie for me. I don't understand why the big chariot scene, guys, in the middle of this movie, you're going on the ground hand to hand, which is very, very impressive for the time, especially, but you got to put all this extra bullshit, How much money was that, for that bullshit, that CGI bullshit, and then practical shit doing with the horses? Who got hurt doing it? Stuntmen, horses got hurt. Fuck off. All that bullshit, like when you just could have put people on the ground, There's nothing more entertaining, everyone, than people on the ground, boots on the ground. I know the drones, I know the airplanes. I mean, but guys, the most exciting thing, the most controversial, most awesome thing is to put boots on the ground. Thank you for the like, I appreciate it. Thanks for voting. No, 4 votes, not 1 vote, yes. I'll answer it at the end. I appreciate you guys even coming in. Thank you, especially Christopher and Nicholas. Appreciate you both, especially Christopher over here doing his thing. But yes, 4 votes no. And like I said, that scene bogs the movie down. It really takes you out of the feel of the movie. To some reason, the camaraderie there, and I like how Maximus does it after continuous watches, but now that we're ranting it around, yeah, it's not my favorite part of the movie. I don't understand it. It's a cool part where a guy is fucking impaled, basically cut in half by one of these, it's a well done, but it's, what do you want from me? I didn't make all of it. I wish it was cut. What?
I believe so.
Okay, shortened up.
He bent down for you 4 cups.
Wait, he doesn't stop yelling. He has to get up, and he has legs, right?
This is my twin sister.
What's up, buddy? You done eating? You don't want them? It's all right. Hand it to Daddy. You want to hand it to me without spilling it? Yeah, hand it to Daddy without spilling it. All right, hand it to Daddy without spilling it. I got it. Go ahead, hand it to Daddy without spilling it.
Why is nobody talking
Thank you.
about...
I don't have to drink anymore. All right. Water's the best thing, son. So, Gladiator, like I said, I'm sorry, I'm on these thoughts and I'm on this, and I have a lot of other things going on when you're, YouTube living with me in my real life. I have to serve, and I don't mind serving. I don't mind serving the viewing audience. I don't mind serving you at home. I don't mind serving the consumer that's going to consume these products and these movies and rent something and look for something tonight, and they say, wow, Gladiator, huh? I've never seen it. How's Gladiator 2? Right, just like you said, let you know.
The biggest mistake you've been making for 13 years is just following Lamar instead of
Yeah.
going into the parking lot.
So, what is it? Yeah, the chariot scene, guys. Also, the dialogue. The dialogue is not... Thanks for the 2 likes. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys voting, too, and coming in today. And yeah, it's been awesome. 30 minutes in the live stream, demonetized. Want to help the channel and help me keep live streaming and grow? Please donate to my Cash App, Raisu with the Z. Demonetized for 4 years, over 100,000 views, and a dime to the Real Man reviewer due to that.
I told him he couldn't
Here you
just
go.
bother me, especially when I was busy. He sighed loudly. I don't care. You're a grown man playing games. Just
All
let
right,
me-
so basically the bottom line here is going to be the dialogue too is very boring at times. The way it's delivered is that old school, you know, the time period type deal. Listen, I have my opinions on that type of thing. Kind of like time and space when they're like, we'll be there in 10 minutes and they're in space. And it's like, well, wait a second. There's no time and space. So you're not going to be there in 10 minutes, are you technically? You're in space. But maybe I'm just schizophrenic. I don't know, too much vaping. But yeah, that's the deal there, guys. The dialogue will bring this movie down. That middle scene will bring it down. But other than that, you know, wow. You're putting in work. So Christopher Hillary says, do you think Maximus could take Leonidas for 300 in a fight or no? All right, I love Gerard Butler in 300. He is swole. He is tight. He is fucking, you know, that man knows how to lead a group of men. Okay, now Maximus, they try to show him as able to lead a group of men, but he's more a lone warrior, isn't he? He's a lone man that could take out 20 men, you know? Maximus needs all his friends. Leonidas needs all his friends, his other 299 companions behind him or in front of him, wherever, you know? Maximus needs no one. So I'm going Maximus in the head-up fade versus Leonidas on any battlefield, any playing field, any weapon, especially sword. It's going to be sword to sword, isn't it? It's going to be fucking Maximus. He kills him. Not to say it's an easy fight for him, but it'll be a kill. It's fucking, yeah. Thanks, Christopher. That's a great question. Great, cool question. Very fun. Christopher, great question, man. That was so fun, dude. Wow, wish I had some for you popping out. You're the man. Very cool battle that went down, but yeah, it had to go to Maximus. And I'm not just biased, you know, I love 300, dude. I saw it in theaters with a girl, someone else's girl. This girl was weird, but she wanted to walk out on the movie. I was like, fuck that. I was like, this shit is hot. I was at the part where the elephant man, if you want to call him, the deformed dude, walks in, right? And Xerxes is like, you could have it all. He's like, I want it all. Like the real reviewer, right? He's like, I want it all. He's like, you can have all the donations and all the views. I want them all. You know? Just give up your soul. Sell out, you know? Christopher Hillary says, but can he take on Achilles from Troy? Wow. You know what? Good point. The thing is, Eric Bana, right? Bana. I thought Bana was going to get him, bro. I really thought Bana had Achilles, had Brad Pitt locked, you know? I really wanted Bana. I couldn't believe Bana fucking got killed. I really couldn't, dude. It was crazy. And who ends up getting Achilles in the Achilles heel, right? Orlando Bloom, yeah? Fucking punk. Yeah, I thought that was some shit, dude. The Troy is not one of my favorite, you know, when it comes to the battles of the Greeks or whatever, the Troy, you know what I mean? But it's fucking all right. But yeah, that battle was cool, and I can't believe Bana died. I couldn't believe he was killed. I thought he was going to live. He's the older brother. But can he take on... It would be a hard battle, Brad Pitt. But see, Brad Pitt has, like... If you see the fight with him and Bana one-on-one, there's weaknesses in Brad. And it's like... I have to look at it a little more. And if you see Maximus, he's quick and he's creative. You know? He's very creative. I think that's why Bana died. You know? He wasn't too creative, was he? He's sticking to his traditions of the fight game. But Mr. Achilles over here, like you're saying, Troy, you know, Mr. Achilles, Mr. Brad Pitt, was fucking, you know, adapting to the situation, I-Chinging it, very creative. Christopher Hillary says, same, to be honest, Troy was kind of dumb. The younger brother of Prince Troy basically screwed his entire... Agreed. And I don't mind the punk out from Orlando, the younger brother. I don't mind the punk out because those dudes were huge. They made them look really huge. I like that. What was it? Brian Cox and the other dude, come to me, Brandon or something. He's in a lot of movies, you know, from 28 Days Later, you know, from Gangs of New York. His name will come to me, but he's an Irish actor, I believe. Well known, In Bruges, I believe he's in as well. Colin Farrell. All these random movies come to me with these people. So, yeah, they're bigger, right? So he chickens out because he's getting his ass beat, right? But I kind of like it in a way, and I wanted Vanna to live because of that, for stepping up, right? And, you know, stopping it, but he screwed the whole kingdom. You're right. That's the whole story, right? For Pootie, you know? Pootie Tang. And it's saying Pootie Tang, but it ended up being Pootie Tang. Nah. Yeah, he did it from Pootie Tang, and basically became the human stain. And fucking, yeah, man, screwed his whole kingdom. Troy, I don't know what the budget was on Troy, but it shows. I don't know. I don't know where that money went. Troy looks cheap to me. Kind of like Alexander with Colin Farrell, but I like it better. I like Alexander better because they have a better story there and they're telling it better, you know? But it's not as cheap, some of these parts. But yeah, if out of them all, Troy is the cheapest. Kingdom of Heaven with Orlando Bloom and Edward Norton. Kingdom of Heaven. And you know him, Liam Nielsen, right? That's a beautiful movie. Kingdom of Heaven, his music is phenomenal, and just to look at it is great. The action and stuff like that, it's not the greatest storytelling or action scenes at all, but it's the music and it's looking at it. And I love the story between father and son. It's a good shit, dude. I don't know if you like that or not, but Kingdom of Heaven, watched it a lot of times. Did not know it was Edward Norton underneath that mask. Did not know who it was. And I love that how he talks to the Persian king, whatever, or his messenger. It's the king directly. Whatever. Take your army down, you die. You know, Kingdom of Heaven. Christopher, underrated film. I mean, I know it has its flaws, but people gotta fucking understand. You know, they're dying for shit like that today. Very simple but effective movie. You know, we don't need all that computerized hoopla. Do we? Right? Computerized hoopla. But that's a good movie. You know, I'm going to say Gladiator is the definition because the acting is superb. No one, you know, what other acting, Lord of the Rings does not come nowhere near the acting quality of Gladiator. And I love Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I remember that movie. I liked it. Right, Christopher. You know what I'm saying? Good movie. I burned it on the DVD back in the day. Very dark copy. Kept watching it and watching it. Love the music. Love the beginning. Is that Simon Pegg? I think it's Simon Pegg in the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. Fucking A. Wow, another great movie. Look at this man coming. Christopher Hillary hitting it. What do you think of? That's another, that would be, you want to know the truth about The Last Samurai? That would be top 20. It would probably be maybe 20. Like if you're going to do a 20 or 30, you know, a list of these type of, yeah, that is going to be on the list. Cruise is good. That movie surprised me. The Last Samurai. Really did, Christopher. I liked it. I watched it a couple times. Too long. Okay? We get the point. You know what? I for some reason I like when he gets captured and he kills all these people. And he kills the China dude, the Japanese dude, one-on-one, the samurai. It's good shit there, but as he gets to the camp and we get the point that he's not Japanese and that he has to learn the culture. We've seen it before, we get that. I don't like how they drag this out, you know, when he stays there. It slows and bogs down the movie. Other than that, okay, the music is forgettable, but I remember a music part hits. It hits at some point. I forget what scene it hits, but there's like one or two scenes that hit, you know? It might be when he brings the sword. I don't know, when he brings the sword to the Emperor. But Hans Zimmer did this thing in last second. Yeah, right, it's Hans again. Right there it is. Look at yeah, you're on it, Christopher. Right, Chris? You're on it. Hans is... What do we do without Hans Zimmer, right? What would we do? What would we do, Chris, without Hans Zimmer? I mean, damn, but it has a theme. I remember Last Samurai has a theme because I saw it a lot on TV, you know? But it just doesn't hit as same as Gladiators. It's in my head, you know? The beginning of Gladiator, the opening, I said, this... It's the difference in dark to light. I don't know. And the acting is... Nothing beats the acting here. Nothing. I haven't seen a movie make me believe. Like, There Will Be Blood made me believe. It's right there. But that's one actor doing it. So that's fucking awesome. But Christopher Hillary says, we despair without Hans. That man is a magician, especially with what he did in there. So, yes. Oh, man. Music makes movies, right? Just fucking, put that track on Interstellar and you're just going through the whole film of McConaughey, showing up all young, You're good with that shit. What a track. And there's another, right? It's just the main theme from Interstellar. Wow, these people are geniuses. This, crazy geniuses with a lot to put out, to get out, And when it comes out, it is amazing. You're right, it's like a magician. Magic, Bam, right out of thin air. So, wow, you're right, man. Hans Zimmer, what would we do without him? Yeah, he does it here. You got the best of the best. You got Ridley Scott, one of the best directors of all time. Would not really be on your top 10 directors list. Oh, no doubt about it. And his brother Tony, rip to him, Tony has Man on Fire, right? Tony Scott has some good films too, his brother, so it runs in the family. These guys aren't afraid to do different things behind the camera. They're not afraid to take on projects. They're not afraid to go practical and use less CGI. They're not afraid, okay, for good acting, for good music. Try a different story. This story, Gladiator, was not your usual story back then. It was something totally different. I'd never heard of anything like it. Very good marketing and trailers, and wow, to go back there is amazing. So, you make 100 million, you make 4, you make almost 5, but that's not the point of the movie. It had a lot of awards, and its influence on culture is significant. Are you not entertained? That is a very up there line with Smile, You Son of a Bitch, with Asa La Vista Baby, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Keep Your Friends Closer, Your Enemies Closer. There's plenty of lines, we can go through in quotes, and that is right up there. Friendo, call it Friendo, whatever you want to say. Remember the Friendo. So before Russell Crowe was cast as Maximus, several other characters were considered for the role, including Antonio Banderas, Tom Cruise, and Mel Gibson, who turned down the role. Was already committed to The Patriot. Good movie. Stay with it, Mr. Mel. The producers of Gladiator had The Crow at the top of the list after his breakout at L.A. Confidential. Jude Law auditioned for Commodus. Wow, that would have been interesting. But Joaquin Phoenix was offered the part after sending in a knockout audition tape. That'd be some shit. What is it on the internet? Where's that? Oh, wow. I'd like to see what had knocked him out. He is one of the greatest actors ever. Christopher Hillary says, facts. Ridley Scott's amazing. Yeah, his catalog is just... What do we do? Do we have to mention Alien? Do we have to? I mean, I think we have to. But, wow. This man, imagine doing Alien, right? And then doing this. Crazy. 2 of the most influential, groundbreaking films. I've never seen a story like this told in Roman times. And the underdog story told like this. So, Jude Law. That would have been good. I love Jude Law. But Joaquin was with a knockout audition tape. Wow, I'd love to see that audition tape. Where is that? Jennifer Lopez reportedly auditioned for Lucilia. That's Connie Nielsen's part, guys. The sister of Mr. Commodus, Mr. Phoenix. But the role went to Connie Nielsen. Strange pick, but good pick. Connie is beautiful. Connie plays the part as a distressed single mother really great. And a sister and a daughter very well for whatever brief moments there is. Didn't really matter to me who played Lucilla, excuse me. But Ferrigno was offered the role of Tigris of Gaul, but he went to Seven Thorson. Oh, Lou Ferrigno, guys, was supposed to be that big-ass gladiator, but he was not. He was offered the role, but ultimately went to this other guy. Okay. While portraying Commodus, Phoenix was used a British accent associated with aristocratic Roman statuses, while Crowe used a mixed Australian-British inflected accent for Maximus. The filming, blah, blah, blah. Inflected. Box office. Yeah. Box office. Gladiator had its world premiere in Los Angeles. Yeah, so Christopher says, Christopher Hillary says, I like his work with Matt Damon too. That movie about Mars was fun to watch. The Martian? No. Damon. I think there was a movie Green Zone that came out a while ago. Like he was on this run of Bourne, and he was on a Bourne run, and he was on a run. He was on a hot run. But Damon slowed down with the Green Zone, and then he started kicking out movies like Cage. You know, I know he's in the Odyssey. I think he's like 50 or 55 now. I don't know how old he is. I'm not sure. I don't know why. He's the main lead, but I think his days are numbered. He's already been done as a top leading man. I mean, I don't know. That was in 2010, 2007. He was on Forbes' list of top leading actors, paid actors, or bankable actors. That was 16 years ago. So, yeah, the Mars, there's way better sci-fi Mars movies, dude. There's one with Liv Schreiber that's way better than that. It's a horror, turns into a fucking horror. It's way better than that. Looks way better. It's cheaper. I'm sorry, man. There's way better movies than that. The Ghost of Mars from fucking 2001. John Carpenter's. That SETI piece of shit. And I like that movie. It's one of my favorite bad movies. Cap'n USA 75 says bankable actors come and go. Agreed. Well said. Cap'n USA 75, well said, right? But the true ones stay forever. Thanks for voting, everyone. 7 votes. No, it's not the greatest movie of all. The Ghost of Mars was terrible. Yeah, it's a terrible, good movie to me, you know? Terrible good movie to the real world viewer. I put that on to sleep to or watch when I gotta go through some shit, you know? Yeah, it's on Tubi or Pluto, Captain USA, so I put it on and I'm stressing, you know? To go back to 2001 before the Trade Center or whatever, after the Trade Center, I don't know. It was after. Yeah, it's weird, this movie got buried, right? Ghost of Mars, but yeah, it has a good Mars-like feel, no? I mean, come on. Better than Total Recall? Well, Total Recall with Schwarzenegger, not Colin Farrell. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and I watched a lot of bad movies. Me too, man. Welcome to the channel. You're going to fit right in with me and Christopher and the rest. Yes. You're at the right place, Captain USA. Let me ask you, man. What is your top movie then? Do you have a top movie of all time? If I had to pin you down, what would be your one movie that you could take on an island and you had to take and watch over and over? Mine would be Gladiator, you know? Mine would be Gladiator. What would be yours? We could probably like share VHS tapes, dude, on our VCRs, you know? Swap. Tombstone, hands down. Wow. All right. Russell. Oh, you see Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Bill Paxton, Sam Elliott. Yeah, baby. Michael Bean. Oh my God. What a fucking movie. What a Western. That is surprise. Way better than Wyatt Earp, Kevin Costner. Yes. Way better than that one. Christopher Hillary says you might like Spartacus show on Netflix. Miami Gladiator. Yeah, didn't that guy rip to him, right? I think the actor died from some kind of cancer, right? But I will have to see that, Christopher. I heard it was good. Thanks for the suggestion, man. My Netflix subscription ran out because, things are tight here. So I just go off the head, and Google. The head and Google. But thank you. I have to check that out. I'm always looking for a great show. Yes, I am, to binge. Captain USA 75 says Michael Bean. He's from Omaha. I didn't know he was from Omaha. Wow. He is a country bumpkin. He is cool shit, though. I like him in a movie. I'm forgetting what movie. It'll come to me, Captain USA, but I like him in another movie. Captain USA says, I would never underrate Unforgiven as a Western. Yes, Unforgiven. Uh-huh. Listen, I was never a huge fan of Unforgiven for some reason. And finally, I think a few years ago, I started to watch it because I watched it, and I love it. You know what I really love is the payoff of that movie. I really love the payoff. I love when Little Bill gets it. I love how it's done, Wow, dude, when Gene Hackman is the best to get it coming to him, he's always the best to eat shit. And I'm telling you, fucking Clint Eastwood in this bar, guys, surrounded. Just ask fucking Captain USA. He's going to tell you. All right, Christopher, Thanks for playing, man. Thank you, Christopher. Much love, brother. Love you, Christopher. I really do, man. Thank you. You had a great night. I gotta go. Hope you had an amazing night. Peace, peace, Christopher. How about you have an amazing night? Thanks to you, we did. Thanks for everybody for voting and say bye to Christopher. We got Hillary 488. Thanks for coming. A great conversation piece here, Christopher. Great knowledge. Great friend of the channel. Captain USA says, Christopher, have a great day. Yes, definitely, Christopher. Thank you. But Captain USA, yeah. Unforgiven, the payoff in that Western is just so worth the wait. You know, it feels like the whole movie isn't worth like, you know what I mean? Like, what you're thinking, well, where is all this? You know, this hype from this movie. So Captain U says Unforgiven was almost like a Louis L'Amour novel. Yeah, it was unbelievable, dude. It was really played out like some shit, dude. Didn't expect it to go kind of like that, you know? Wow, that ending is worth waiting for. So yeah, and Tombstone, I love Val Kilmer in that. Kurt Russell does Kurt Russell, but he's not the best Wyatt Earp to me. But the best Doc Holliday is hands down Val Kilmer. Hands down. Hands fucking down. He carries that film. He's amazing. He carries the movie. So, yes, he carries Tombstone for me. Love Tombstone because of him. I hated Wyatt Earp as well. I did not like Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner. It came out, I think, the same time as Tombstone. It tried to... Easy, Ronald. Please, stop. That's loud, buddy. I got neighbors. Thank you. Thank you, son. Thank you, Ronald. All right. And yeah, it came out. I think they was fighting for the right, and they played it on back on TV head to head with this Tombstone on AMC as well. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I didn't like Kevin Costner's Wyatt Earp. I love the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, Casey Affleck, Brad Pitt. That is one of the most beautiful westerns I ever seen. I'm gonna call it a western. In the music and the way it's shot, I love this movie. I'm sorry, I love that. I think it's very underrated film. Not one I put on first. I'd watch Unforgiven first, you know, or Tombstone. Dennis Quaid, Captain USA 75 said Dennis Quaid was terrible as Doc Holliday. I agree with you. Very well said. Dennis Quaid, get the fuck out of here. Captain USA, that's a great movie as well. Yes, it almost has a steampunk feel to it. Yes, yes, indeed, dude, right? Yes, Captain USA, yes. I mean, not a big... I'm a fan of like a True Grit, not the original, but even the remake. I'm a fan more of the remake True Grit than I am the original. Isn't that amazing? But I don't give props to True Grit though. You know, the remake, Jeff Bridges. He's not one of my favorite actors. I love him in Arlington Road, but as far as westerns, he doesn't do it for me. Crazy Heart and all that doesn't do it for me. I know he won the Oscar for that, but yeah, man. Like I said, you're naming some great movies. Really are. I'm telling you, yeah, it has a steampunk feel to it. Yeah, I love that movie. I love the assassination. It's not for everyone, right? It's not for everyone, Captain USA. You know, some of these movies we're speaking about are not for everyone, but that's why we're here at the Real Reviewer channel, right? Check the channel, man. You know it. We do everything and anything. And there's no judgment here. We do it all. Captain USA 75 said, no, John Wayne had a few stinkers out there, but he's an overall great. Yes, yes, true. Very true. Very true. John Wayne is. Yes. I was gonna think you remind me of somebody somebody else. Yeah, like Robert Mitchum and people like that. Yeah, they're great. But he's the key. John Wayne, yeah. Who's the other guy? He played Patton. I think his name has come to me. George C. Scott. You know, these people are legendary. Brando, you know. Apocalypse, right? We're gonna go on westerns. Like I said, western wouldn't be my first choice for movies, but I know we know some good ones, don't we? So, pretty much covered the good ones. He says, Kevin U says, The Shootist, The Cowboys are great movies. Yeah, those are like older, right? I think those are older like my parents' way. Like you go way back or more further than me, Captain USA, a little bit there. So yeah, but not a big fan of Westerns. Nope, but I watched a lot when I was a kid. I love it. Yes, I love it. Yeah, I know, right? Well, me too, man. We love it, right? Oh, man, how hard it was to get our hands on this stuff, right? And when you did, you just kept running it over and over, right? It wasn't like the click of a button like it is now, was it? So we really appreciate back then when we have Westerns, right? Westerns were big back then. I know, it's all that was on TV. My mom used to watch Bonanza or something called Bonanza, and she put it on like a few years ago. My dad put on Laurel and Hardy, you know, old episodes. One of the movies he told me was Dracula. You know, not one of the first ones, but he's like, "Hey, look, Bela Lugosi." And I read them as kids in school and books. You know, I love the old horror movies, Karloff and Boris Karloff and Lon Chaney. You know, Bela Lugosi. Ladder's an awesome movie though. Yeah, thank you, Captain USA. Like I said, I do. My brother turned it on to me, and like I said, sort of VHS, and it never. I cried at movies, man. I'm telling you, but this movie I just loved it, and we always loved it. We quoted it, we talked about it all the time. We just quoted it all the time. So it's right there with "There Will Be Blood." Captain USA says, "My mom had a movie rental route, and she got lots of free movies back in the day." Sweet. Wow, that's so fun. That's so awesome, dude. Yeah, bro. It's like owning an ice cream truck and you got all the ice cream in the freezer, you know? Or access to the ice cream. You know, same thing with movies, man. I would have been in heaven. My dad, though, yeah, my dad was a hoarder, man. He would grab a whole bunch of stuff like laser discs, VHS, everything, video games, all kinds of shit. So that's how I'm like you know? Your parents would have access to these certain things and, you know, your friends too. And that's how you all did it. Back then, it was so... I like how our knowledge now is like a human VHS, like these YouTube channels. They don't have it. They weren't there for these moments. They don't have these experiences. They don't have these thoughts. They could never do it. And we could do it then and we could do it now. So that's why I should be not here. I should be, you know, honestly getting paid some money to do this or something. I'm demonetized. Captain USA says, yeah, that was one of the few perks we had as a poor family. Exactly, dude. As a middle-class poor family, whatever you want to say, you're not middle-class back then, right? It was definitely fucking poor, probably. That's what we were. And that's it, barely getting by, paycheck to paycheck. Both parents had to work 2 jobs. Just worse like than today. Worse. And then whatever. Whatever. Yeah. Shit was crazy. Credit cards. Yeah. And then, yeah, you had to, you know. I don't know how my dad got half the stuff he got, Captain USA, but he got some shit. He said, Captain USA 75 says lower middle class, I guess, right? Lower middle class. How the fuck is that a category, right? It's a subcategory, I guess, Captain, right? So we'll just fucking do that. We'll just have subcategories back then. But yeah, man, you know, even getting pizza once a month was fucking special, you know? Getting that Pizza Hut or Domino's delivered. Fuck out of here. Going to McDonald's once a month was sweet. If you didn't have a coupon from school, you know, for a VIP pass. I don't know if you remember that. Captain USA 75 says, my stepdad came across lots of things by chance as well. Yeah, see, that's cool. I love right, the dads do it. You know, it's just, man, you know, I had a lot of stuff in life. I had a lot of stories to tell. I do have a lot of stories. Nostalgia, you know, I'm sure you do too. It's like, why can't we share these stories and get paid like everyone else does, you know? And ours are way more probably interesting and real. Captain US says, yeah, we didn't eat out a lot as well. Yeah, you know, I think they had a thing at McDonald's, Captain, back in the day with 39-cent hamburgers and then like 29-cent hamburgers and then 39-cent cheeseburgers on a Wednesday or Tuesday. My mom would bring home like, that's the only time she'd bring home McDonald's, bro, you know, was when those deals were going. 29-cent hamburgers, 39-cent cheeseburgers, dude. That's the only time we'd eat out, basically, was on those nights. Once, you know, when they started doing that, they stopped doing it. That shit was so sweet, though. We'd wait for her to come home. We'd be like, better come home with that shit. We're starving. So. Yeah. Yeah, man. You're bringing me back, you know. Great times. Great times, Captain. I appreciate you coming in today, my friend. You made my night. Yeah, I put up videos. I do live streams until the end of the month. I just came back from 4 years of hiatus. I've been demonetized for 4 years. Over 100,000 views on all my videos over the 4 years, over 1.5 videos, almost. And not a dime to me, dude, from YouTube or anything. No donations, nothing. So I'm looking to keep going. I'm looking to do this full time and do it bigger and better. So that's what I'm here to do. But yeah, I appreciate you, man. You're awesome. So Captain USA came in. Christopher Hillary, what a conversation. We had 7 votes, guys. Is Gladiator the greatest movie ever made? So I think it's about the end of the time, I think, right? And what do you think, Captain USA, man? I do others live streams. I'm coming back later tonight. It's not a movie stream. I do other streams I'm interested in to try to get viewers and different viewers to the channel. So I'm probably going to do some kind of crime scene photo analysis later tonight, late night, and then end the night on that. But I might do some more. I'm going to do more movie ones and stuff. But like I said, at the end of the month, I'm done probably and going back into my cave or under the sewer like a Ninja Turtle. So I want to answer the poll question. as I do at the end of every one of my live streams, is Gladiator the greatest movie ever made? 7 people say no. The Real Reviewer is going to go with the minority and say yes. So I'm going to say yes, it is the greatest movie ever made. I don't mind standing by that. You know, give me another movie that's greater than this, and we'll watch it together, and we'll see which one is more exciting and which one is more impactful, and we can compare notes. And that's it. I would stand by Gladiator, Maximus, all day, twice on Sunday. Anytime in the arena, I'm going with Maximus, no one else. All right, thanks to Captain USA 75 for a great conversation, support for stopping this. Everyone that voted, thank you to Christopher Hillary as well. I hope you have a good Saturday night. Like I said, I'll probably be back with some kind of crime scene, you know, late night dark story, and after that, you know, who knows? So I want to thank everybody for the support and their memories and nostalgia and the new memories, the nuances. So like I said, thank you to Captain USA 75,